Hey, good morning, YouTube. So today we have another special one here. A sub, Mr. Chuck D, he wanted to learn a little more about medicinal plants. Well, we're in luck because I have several right here behind the house. So as we walk up the trail here today, I'm going to touch on a few things with you. Sassafras has been used as a medicinal plant for centuries, okay? It's used as a treatment for inflammation, arthritis, leishmaniasis, which is a parasitic infection caused by sandflies, I'm pretty sure. And in concentrated doses and test tube studies, it has shown to help with that. It's also a diuretic, meaning it helps you expel excess fluid from your body. So if you retain a lot of water, it can help you get rid of it. However, there's always a downside to everything. Recent studies have shown that saffrole, S-A-F-R-O-L-E, is actually a carcinogenic, all right? The FDA, I guess, did some studies, and they realized that in some lab animals that it will speed up cancer growth, all right? So it's still beneficial, especially, you know, if you're outdoors, lost in the woods, you suffer from arthritis, you got some inflammation, you can make you a tea out of the root bark, all right? And just like any other medicinal plant, it's something you want to use, take a break from, and then come back and use it later. I do not recommend sustained use of sassafras, all right? So keep that in mind. I know folks make candy out of it, they make teas out of it. Like I said, it's been used for centuries. So we're going to go up here and we're going to look at this plant, tree really. I'm going to show you how to identify it and what parts they use. Now, it's kind of reminiscent of root beer. It's got a real sweet smell. It smells so good. When you smell it, you're like, I could eat that. All right, but keep in mind, you know, there's dangers to everything. I know folks that use ginseng medicinally, and they'll use it 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, a month on, a month off. Other plants, we covered the ghost pipe several videos ago, which has salicylic acid, or salicin. All right, that's the same thing. It's in white willow bark, which is a precursor to aspirin. See, a lot of folks don't know that these pharmaceutical companies, they get a lot of their ideas and compounds from nature. Then they market it, and you got to pay out the ass for this medication that you could really go find and harvest yourself. But that's just the way of the world. You know what I mean? They're not going to tell you, hey, you can go out in the woods and get the same benefits from aspirin from a willow tree or ghost pipe. Nah, they want your dollar bills. So I'm going to help you discover medicinal plants, fungi, berries, you name it, we're going to cover it. So let's head on up the trail here. And I got another little surprise for you. I'm going to show you on the way up here. Stay tuned, folks. All right, folks, so on our way up here to the sassafras tree, I started getting this strong scent of mycelium. So I started looking around. There's mushrooms everywhere, but this particular mushroom, it's called a smooth chanterelle. Now this mushroom is a delicacy. A lot of big restaurants like to buy these because it makes a great dish. Now myself, I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, but I have eaten these and they taste better raw versus frying them up, sauteing them a little bit. To me, raw is much better. I like the texture better. I like the taste better. But this is an edible mushroom. Like I said, it is a delicacy. It's one of the more rare ones around here. I've got some growing behind my house, and I have some growing on this little trail through here where we're heading up to the sassafras plants. All right, now do not just go eating any mushroom that you find that looks like this, because there is one that looks very similar called the jack-o'-lantern mushroom. Now the jack-o'-lantern will kill you, all right, and it's not pleasant. All right, it's highly toxic. So if you find a beautiful little chanterelle mushroom, make sure you're doing your due diligence. Here, we're gonna pick one of these real quick and I'm gonna show you a thing. All right, so it has gills, but they're false gills. I wish it would focus better. And you'll notice that these gills they crisscross. I can't get it in focus. They crisscross, overlap each other a little bit. They have a hollow stipe. They're real tender, real tender. Kind of have an apricot-y smell. It's like mushrooms and apricots mixed together. When you break it apart, it kind of looks like string cheese in there a little bit. All right, but like I said, make sure you're doing your due diligence. Don't be grabbing any yellow mushroom thinking you got a smooth shanty or the golden chanterelle, because if you get the wrong one, you're gonna die, and I don't want that to happen. All right, so we're gonna head up here to this sassafras plant and finish our video. Bearded one out. All right, so here we are, folks, and what you're looking at right here, this is sassafras. All right, to be sure you got the right thing, these leaves will have either 3 lobes or, as you can see here, a single lobe. All right, it don't have really too much of a woody stem or stalk. It's really green. All right, now what I understand is it's best to harvest these in the late fall or winter. And of course, you know, in a temperate climate like mine, leaves fall off come fall. So how you gonna know which one is your sassafras tree if you need to come make some medicine? All you gotta do is put you a little piece of tape, cloth, some marking tape, reflective tape. So when you come back to this tree to harvest roots, well, you'll know exactly which one is which. Now, again, this has been used for centuries. However, it is still used for medicine. All right, and if you ever wanted to try this without the toxic saffrol in it, you can actually purchase it online, saffrol free. So you can get all the benefits from the plant without the toxins. But if you're harvesting from the tree itself, the root bark to be more specifically, you most definitely want to limit your use. Only use it as you need it. Use it and then take a break from it for a while and come back to it. All right, this is an excellent survival plant. Daggone spider webs. It's an excellent survival plant because if you suffer from arthritis, inflammation, you know, this will fix you right up. But again, you don't want to use too much. So what you would do is you would come down to the base. I got to look out for snakes. There's copperheads all over this place. You'd want to come down to the base and start digging out a little bit around the base. And once you expose the roots and you know it's connected to the actual plant here, you can harvest some of the root. And what you want to do is boil it in hot water for about 15-20 minutes. I see people use the whole root, but I've also seen people just scrape the outside, the bark part off, and use that. You can make teas, candies, tinctures, you name it, you can extract it and use it. Okay, so this is the sassafras, and again, it is another survival plant that can aid you if you need the help in the woods. All right, but I have one more thing to show you out here. Everybody knows the blackberries. Everybody loves blackberries. They're good for you, rich in vitamin C, I think vitamin K, manganese. Well, up here we have a ton of them, but it can also be used medicinally. The plants, the stems, the berries, the roots, for kind of like sassafras, fluid retention, right? And kidney health. And, you know, I've mentioned scurvy. If you're in a survival situation, you haven't had vitamin C in a while, and you come across a little bushel of blackberries like this. Of course, you want to eat them when they're ripe. These aren't exactly ripe. I came up here and munched on the ripe ones yesterday. But you can come collect them, and that's one hell of a survival fuel, folks. That's what I know off the top of my head. If you want to do further research, by all means, I implore you to do so. You should learn about every edible plant and its uses. You know, these things have even been used in cancer treatments. You know, it's out here in nature, folks. There is so much medicine that's out here and so many things that are beneficial. Come on up here, boy. But hey, that's it for today, folks. I hope you learned a thing. And I got a lot of work to do today on the homestead, but I'll be coming out with more videos. All right, guys, the bearded one out. Hey guys, I just wanted to add into the tail end of this video. You know, the sub Chuck D, he asked me to cover some more medicinal plants and stuff, which there's plenty more I'm going to cover. But if there's something you want to see, and I haven't mentioned it, and it relates to survival in any way, just leave a comment in one of my videos. You know, I'll be glad to come out and perform for you. All right. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't he take any of that sassafras root and show us how to make it? Well, like I said, the old timers say it's best to harvest that when it's more potent and all of the medicinal benefits go down into the root of the plant. And that's around your late fall and winter time after it lost its leaves. So I know where those trees are. I'm going to mark them before fall. And this fall, I am going to show you how exactly you can make your medicine out of it. I think I've covered enough information explaining how to do so. You can't really go wrong as long as you follow the stalk down to the root and you collect the root, take the bark off the root. Well, there you go. But I'll show you how to do that. And I'm also going to show you how to make the ghost pipe tincture. I don't have any willows right around this area, but I will also show you how to take the white willow bark. I think you could use black willow too. Don't quote me on that. But I will be showing how to prepare and make all these tinctures. I do have some ghost pipe tincture already made up. It's in my fridge. I use 151 rum. So when I take it, it might be a little hard to tell between the actual effects of the ghost pipe versus the effects of the 151 rum. Because I don't drink much. I make a little homemade wine every now and then, you know, sip some homemade wine. But I'm a lightweight when it comes to drinking anymore. So that damn 151 rum might get me. Hey, but y'all stay safe out there and enjoy. And I hope you enjoy this video. Peace.